Prison sentencing for all the rioting that Britain has seen the past 10 days is now coming thick and fast, and this includes something now quite new: punishment for online offences. Take a couple of judgments handed down on Friday. Tyler Kay was sentenced to 38 months imprisonment by a court in Northampton for posts on X that the judge said were aimed at stirring up hatred. His post called for mass deportation, for rioters to mask up, and he retweeted a message against a local immigration solicitor's firm. He was sentenced just 2 days after putting up those posts. Another man, Jordan Parler, was sentenced in Leeds to 20 months imprisonment, again for stirring up racial hatred online. He was not charged with joining the violence, only over a couple of Facebook posts he put up sitting at home nursing a damaged foot. Parler, or the armchair thug as some newspapers now call him, posted a demand to smash refugees housed in a hotel in Leeds. The hotel had about 200 occupants at the time. Many of them are refugees and asylum seekers. That hotel suffered only minor damage after a few people hurled bricks at it. It was not the scene of mass violence. And Parler's initial Facebook post had just 6 likes, but the judge observed it would have been seen by 1,500 Facebook friends, and they would have further forwarded it to their friends. Parler pleaded guilty, and that guilty plea reduced his sentence by a third. The judge noted that Parler had expressed remorse, but said that by then it was too late. Many more such convictions are now due. The sentencing in all these follows a warning really from Prime Minister Keir Starmer that social networks are not a law-free zone. And as former head of the Crown Prosecution Service, Starmer is said to have personally overseen new measures to bring swift justice for attacks and incitement, including, emphatically, incitement online. But there lie many tricky questions down the line over this, over the responsibility of social media firms in preventing such posting and spreading of content that the law may consider has stirred up hatred and made calls for violence. A new Online Safety Act was passed in Britain earlier this year. That law is due to take effect now only next year, and once that does, firms potentially who fail to meet requirements could be fined up to £18 million or 10% of their annual global turnover. But doubts have been raised over how effective even that legislation could be, and demands are rising to toughen that law. Critics say that if that law was enforced today, it still would not have been able to stop all such content that has appeared. London Mayor Sadiq Khan has said that the law as it stands is not fit for the purpose. Britain's media content regulator Ofcom has made a call to all social media companies to act now and not wait for that law to take effect. As matters stand, different platforms have different rules. Telegram, over which many such posts appeared, has said it has been trying to remove posts calling for violence, and its rules forbid such content online. But critics have pointed out that this has not stopped a post from appearing, and by the time some of that content is removed, the damage has been done. Video sharing platforms, those established in the UK that is, have been obliged by Ofcom since April 2021 to protect the public from material that could incite violence or hatred. Ofcom has accordingly issued warnings over video content to TikTok and Snap, but YouTube and X are not currently covered by such Ofcom rules, and a great deal of legislative confrontation is now building up over such posts and what social media companies could or should do to stop them. This, of course, is not an issue facing just Britain. Many governments around the world have faced similar issues. They are seeking to tackle all this with legislation of their own. So there is a question now where there can be agreement with social media companies, where there could be conflict. And given this concern around the world, a lot of governments, a lot of people, a lot of companies are watching this space in Britain very carefully, very closely.